It is time for this week's edition of the Business Brief, a segment where we talk about trending business news and ways to help your wallet. Our business analyst, Ryan Frazier, joins us once again from his home. Ryan, good morning.
Hey, Gary, and good morning, Colorado. I'm Ryan Frazier. Let's get to your business brief. PointsBet, a Denver-based sportsbook operator, and Kroenke Sports and Entertainment have announced a new partnership, multi-year, making PointsBet the official exclusive partner of the Denver Nuggets, Colorado Avalanche, and Colorado Mammoth, and their home arena, Pepsi Center. The agreement includes retail and online sports betting, daily fantasy, online casinos, and free-to-play games. As part of the multi-year deal, Kroenke Sports will unveil a new in-arena destination at the Pepsi Center to be live for the 2020-21 seasons. Kroenke Sports Chief Operating Officer Matt Hutchings says sports fans are hungry for added dimension that fantasy sports and gaming add to their experience. I have to agree. And this will be big business for Colorado and across our country. According to People.com, a study commissioned by Groupon and the National Black Chamber of Commerce reports that 75% of Black-owned businesses have seen an increase in business since June. That's a positive sign, yet whether it's sustainable is to be determined. Of the 400 Black businesses surveyed, 50% say access to capital is still a challenge, and 40% believe building a support network is important to their development. There's no doubt that recent events have helped spur interest in Black business, and it's that much more critical that these businesses are able to attract capital and year-over-year demand to truly see long-term success. SurveyMonkey announced that 23andMe, Eventbrite, Headspace, Intuit, Upwork, and Zoom are among the major tech companies joining SurveyMonkey's new initiative to track representation of traditionally marginalized groups working inside their vendors, including law firms, technology service suppliers, food suppliers, landlords, marketing agencies, investment banks, and auditors. This new initiative will use a simple survey to track representation of women, racial minorities, LGBTQ individuals within their vendors' employee base, leadership teams, and boards of directors. It will evaluate the vendors' use of inclusive practices for recruiting, retaining, and advancing members in these groups. SurveyMonkey CEO Xander Lurie said they want to help upend the systemic bias they know exists in the broader business community, and that this initiative enables them to turn diversity, equity, and inclusion into business metrics that will drive accountability. I like it. I think this could be a game changer if it's adopted more broadly. There's your business brief.
Yeah, sounds pretty good, Ryan. So the idea of measuring business for equality and inclusion is a bit new and different. So how will we know if it's actually catching on?
You know, Gary, in business, it goes, you get what you measure. And when you throw in transparency, you really have a lot of potential to demonstrate progress, real change versus more of the same old, same old. I have to say again that if this approach is adopted broadly, it could truly have a tremendously profound impact on not just the business community, but economic opportunity as a whole, Gary. So these organizations have all agreed to begin work on collecting diversity and inclusion data from new and existing vendors within the next 30 days and to incorporate diversity, supplier diversity in their decision-making processes over the long term. So we'll have to follow the data and continue to look for insights on how it's working.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I hope they continue with it. All right, Ryan, always good to see you. Thank you much, sir. The Business Brief with Ryan Frazier every Monday at 8:15. If you have any business-related questions, you can post them. Use the hashtag #FindOutFromFrazier, or you can text your questions to 303-871-1491.